Hi, this is Mateusz from Taalhammer, language learning that works. And in this demo, this is a demo of Taalhammer after learning the Indonesian language with it for a little bit longer than a month. I assume here that you are familiar with the very basics of the application, that you have, for example, seen the demo on how to start learning a language from scratch with Taalhammer, or that you maybe use the application for some time. I will divide this demo into two parts. In the first part, I want to explain to you how I have been using Taalhammer so far and why I have been doing the things that I've been doing, and also how to read the statistics of your progress so you have full control over your language learning process. And then in the second part, I'm going to show you how to use Taalhammer to start learning a very personalized individual content. So you learn the things that you really need, really want, and that are relevant for your life and for what you are doing in your life. We are on the mobile view in the Learn mode. So in the Learn mode, if I want to access statistics, I will click this button right here. And here we see several things. The main thing we see is that so far I have seen 1,090 flashcards, and then I have 0 in homework today. I'm a good student, so I've done my homework already today. And also then tomorrow, this is my homework for tomorrow. Tomorrow when I log in into the application, I'm going to have 111 elements in homework. That means these 1,090 elements over a month, that means around 30 new flashcards per day, mostly sentences. I'm spending around 1 to 1.5 hours per day on repetitions in the Learn mode here. And that includes homework, includes homework and drill. And my homework is always usually between 50 and 100 sentences per day. And this is good time. This is the time that you need to see progress in your language learning journey. A little bit more is even better. I also spend around 20 to 30 minutes on listening, but that's when I'm in the gym. This is so listening here. We will not be talking about listening, but listening is good. It's a hands-free activity. So if you're busy with some other things, especially in the gym or doing some other physical activity, that's really good. Here below, we see my learning stream. So I'm currently learning the core collection and my Indonesian content. We've been talking about the learning stream in the first demo of this series about how to start learning a language from scratch. And core collection, to remind you, is really all about the fundamentals of the language. So about the very basic and most important verbs, and how to build questions, how to build negations. So this is all about automating my reflexes, my linguistic reflexes. And although there is no magic, and this will not happen after the month, I already see the first effects on that, especially in the way how questions are being built in the Indonesian language. And here in my Indonesian content, these are the 210 elements that I have added by myself. These are all the phrases and sentences that I needed or found relevant or interesting in my daily life for a very particular context. So stuff I can associate with an event in my life. So every time I was doing something new or something interesting in my life, I was adding some words that are specific to that situation. Let me show you some examples of that. Let me close the statistics for now by clicking here. And let me go into the settings. The settings are this icon right here. So when I click on it, first of all, there are settings here on what language you want to learn. I'm learning multiple languages with Taalhammer. Taalhammer has been designed to support learning of multiple languages at the same time. I choose only Indonesian right now. And right here, when I click on learning, I see all the elements that I have been learning, as well as the date of the next repetition as computed by our spaced repetition algorithm called Atom. So here you see all the different things I'm learning. You don't see if they are coming from core collection or if they are coming from my Indonesian content. I, of course, know that. For example, the headache. I have the back pain here. I have added back pain when I was going for a massage. So I wanted to communicate where they should put more pressure, as I have some problems with, especially with my lower back. And then when I was going to, I had headache and I was going to the pharmacy, I added the words headache, beginning, and painkiller in order to communicate that I have beginnings of my headache and I need a painkiller for that. So these are really words that you need in a particular situation. For example, like I was also on the beach and wanted to buy coconut. So I typed the word coconut here. Interestingly, I remember all those things very fast. They really stick. I just need 1 or 2 repetitions and I just know them. We really recommend you to add all those kind of words to your learning stream as often as possible. And it doesn't matter if you are in the language, or if you live in the country of the language that you are learning. If you do, that's better. But if you don't, you can also add all the words in the target language to the situations that you are doing in your own country. So if you're going to the pharmacy to buying a painkiller, check if you know how is painkiller in the language that you are currently learning. And we memorize all those things better because we have an emotional context which is connected to those phrases. It's a very strong memory trace. I can connect these phrases and sentences to a situation or even to a feeling of headache that I had when I was typing this word, and hence my memory works much better. Now the next step and the new direction in my learning. I want to prepare myself for a first more serious conversation, for buying flowers in the flower shop. And by doing that, I would like to see if I'm able to trick the Indonesian native speaker, the shop assistant in the flower shop, into believing that I actually speak Indonesian better than I do. It is a very simple scenario and a well-defined situation, so I think I'm able to do that. For that, let me switch to the editor right here. We are on the mobile view right now. I'm using the mobile view when I'm on the go. So for example, the mentioned scenario when I was on the beach buying coconut, I type it here, I see coconut, I choose coconut from here, and then I save it here. And after I have saved it, Taalhammer will make sure that they come in the learning mode and I will remember them very fast. Now, regarding the situation in the flower shop, I will be typing more sentences. So let me switch to the desktop mode right now. That's better for if you are about to type a lot of content. So this is the desktop view of the editor. We see here that the word coconut has been added right now to my Indonesian content. But for my flower shop scenario, let me add a new collection. So I'm going to click on that icon here. And I'm going to create a new collection, which I'm going to call Flower Shop. And now I click Enter. A new collection has been created. I make sure that this collection is also active. The active collection is the collection that we are currently working on. In practice, it means that if I'm saving some elements right here, they will be added to that collection. Okay, for the Flower Shop scenario, I already prepared myself. I thought about the situation and how the situation might go. I visualized the scenario really well. In my imagination, I actually already had this conversation, and I have a kind of mental script of, what is it that I will be saying. So now comes the second step. Add all those phrases and sentences on all possible combinations to your collection. Now, before that, one important thing. Every good conversation starts with a good intro. So in my case, the intro will be, of course, what is my name, and that I'm here staying on Bali, and that I'm learning Indonesian, and that I'm maybe from Poland, and I also speak other languages. These are all the things that are covered by the core collection. So I'm not going to be adding them to this flower shop collection. But this is an intro is really, really important in that kind of exercise. When you start your conversation with a good intro and you become very confident in your skills, you already start speaking. So that's add confidence, but also you impress immediately before you actually start the tricky part, you impress your native speaker by your command of your foreign language. Now, after my presentation and after saying where I'm from, I will want to ask if I have the permission to record the conversation while we are talking. This will be more or less a formal situation. I will not know the person that I will be speaking to. So I will want to say something like, may I record a video while we are talking? May I record a video while we are talking? And we see here Taalhammer has showed us some suggestions. We don't see the sentence that I typed here. So for that, I'm going to use the built-in auto translation right here. It's embedded into the application. You don't have to do anything else. Just press this button, and Taalhammer will translate fully automatically from English into Indonesian. Now, if we like it, I'm going to press the save button here, and when I press it, this element is added to my flower shop collection. But also, we add at the same time fully automatically audio to that. You see it by that icon. Now when I press it, that happened fully automatically, and even more, we are adding the transcription in International Phonetic Alphabet, and this all helps you memorize this element really well. But it's even more, I can add now an image to that flashcard by clicking this icon right here. When I click it, I see Taalhammer is going to suggest me different images. I like this one, so I'm going to click the set image, and I'm done. I have a flashcard with audio and with image. Okay, now when you do this kind of exercise, it's important that you have sentences, but also that you have phrases and individual words. Especially the phrases are important. So what do I mean by phrase? By phrase, for example, a combination of a verb and a noun, like to record a video that's embedded in another sentence. So let me copy that. Let me now reset the flashcard right here, and let me add it here, to record a video. And I see in the suggestions contain to make a video. That's the same, to record a video, to make a video. So I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to click here to save and to edit it here. And also, so I told you there's a sentence, there are phrases, and also sentences. So to record, in this sense, to record is also merekam. So what I can do, I can reset this and then put merekam. And I also can, by the way, I can also search not only in the source language, but also in the target language. And also the automatic translation also works the other way around. So I can translate from Indonesian to English. It's record. I'm going to save it as well. And it's also going to be added to my flower shop collection. I also, in the first sentence, I've seen an interesting word, saat. I think it means while. So I'm going to search for it also in the Indonesian one. Saat, I like this one. A moment, point of time, short time, while, during. Choose that one, and let me save it. It's going to be added to the flower shop list as well. Now the main word, flower. So let me add flower, bunga, but also great suggestions here. Flower shop, rose, bouquet of flowers, colorful flowers. Wow, okay, the flower. Let me add flower. And then flower shop. Let me add flower shop. And then, what was it? Flower, bouquet of flowers. Let me add that. Okay, now I will want to buy, while I'm in the shop, a bouquet of different flowers. So what are the different flowers? I think a rose. A rose. Oh, that's here. And maybe a tulip as well. A tulip. Save it. And maybe a chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum. Let me save this as well. Okay. And then a sentence that I will want to say is, I want to buy a lot of flowers, and maybe also ask about a discount. So let me set it, I want to buy a lot of flowers. I don't have the sentence here, so I'm going to use the auto translate. Well, here, let me save. And now also, I'm going to pretend that I'm buying that for an angry girlfriend. So let me search for the word angry. Angry, marach. Very nice image. So you see Taalhammer, for some words that you choose has already, some words have already images, some others don't. This one has. And then angry girlfriend. So angry girlfriend, okay. I have it as suggestions, let me save it. And then maybe also some sentences with that phrase. Like, for example, I like my angry girlfriend. I like my angry girlfriend. I already know the word like, so it will be easy. I don't have it here, so let me use automatic translation. Let me save this as well. And maybe also, my girlfriend is angry with me. It means my girlfriend is angry with me. Oh, it has a my girlfriend is very angry with me. Let me choose that. Okay, let me save. I think you understand what I'm doing. I suppose you see a pattern in that. So essentially, after I have initially prepared myself and thought about a conversation, I play with all possible sentences, and I'm adding words, and then phrases with those words, and then sentences with those phrases and words, and I'm also search for them and use the search results to inspire me to find even new vocabulary and new sentences. I'm going to add a lot more sentences and words here, but I'm not going to bore you with that in this demo. In this demo, let me now go to the Learn mode, and I'm going to show you what changed there after we created the flower shop list. And here in the Learning mode, we now see the elements from the list that we have just created and added elements to it, and we also see it here in the Learning stream. And now we see that the elements here, the ones that we see here, are coming from the list flower shop that we have just created, and we can start immediately learning from that list. So when we click next, we're going to see the first element, and this is how we start learning. And then we show answer. We also see at the same time, we hear the audio that has been added for us, and we see the International Phonetic Alphabet right here. Okay, I think I'm not going to bore you with how I continue learning Indonesian here. I'm going to add even more phrases, and then I'm going to start learning. If you are not using Taalhammer yet, go to Taalhammer, www.taalhammer.com, and start learning language today. Learn from the core collection to develop the fundamentals of the language, and create your own collections to create emotional connection to some interesting phrases and sentences which you are going to remember forever. Learn with Taalhammer, language learning that works.